Let's get right into it. We're talking about those habits that keep you broke, even when you have a decent job. Now, there are literally dozens of them. The source material lists 60, but we're not going to list them all. Instead, we're going to break down the kinds of habits that are secretly draining your bank account, starting with the most common ones.
So does this sound familiar? You've got a job, you're getting paid, but somehow by the end of the month you're just scraping by, wondering where did it all go? Well, you are definitely not alone. And the answer? It's probably a lot simpler and a whole lot sneakier than you think.
And here's the absolute truth of it. The problem probably isn't your paycheck. Nope, it's the small print of your life. All those little, almost invisible habits that are totally sabotaging your financial future. It's kind of like having a bunch of tiny leaks in a boat. One leak won't sink you, but dozens? Yeah, you're going down.
Okay, so first up, let's dive into what we're calling your daily drains. These are the obvious ones, right? The small, visible leaks that seem so harmless, but can absolutely sink a big ship. They're the little things you buy every day that feel like no big deal at the time.
Let's start with the absolute classic, that daily coffee shop run. I mean, $6 a day, what's that? It feels like nothing. But do the math. That's $180 a month. Now, what if you brewed it at home? We're talking maybe 30 cents a cup, so $9 a month. The difference is it's staggering.
And it's the same exact logic with buying lunch at work. That $15 sandwich or salad, that's $300 a month, gone. Pack your own, and you're maybe looking at $60 for the whole month. You just saved yourself $240, just on lunch.
Okay, and now for the big one, weeknight food delivery. Look, I get it. You're tired, you've had a long day, you don't want to cook. But that $40 convenience meal is a killer, especially when you compare it to an $8 meal you could make at home. The too tired tax is a real thing and it is incredibly expensive.
So, what does this all add up to? Let's just take those three little habits. The coffee, the lunch, a few food deliveries here and there. You are looking at over $750 a month. That's not pocket change. For a lot of people, that's a rent payment, that's a car payment, that's a huge chunk you could be investing.
And believe me, the list just keeps on going. Think about it. Buying bottled water when your tap water is perfectly fine. Grabbing those snacks at the gas station with a ridiculous 200% markup. Paying $4 just to get your own money out of an ATM. Every single one is just another tiny leak, and pretty soon you're dealing with a flood.
All right, so those are the leaks you can actually see, the daily drains. But what about the ones you can't see? The ones that are even sneakier? That's what we're getting into in Section 2, the invisible costs. This is the money that just disappears from your account.
And this happens because of something called financial frictionlessness. It's a fancy term, but the idea is simple. Everything about modern spending is designed to be completely effortless. Think about it. One-click pay, auto renewals, subscriptions. They want to make it so easy to spend money that you literally forget you're even doing it. And it works.
And the perfect example of this? The free trial trap. Oh, it's a brilliant, simple, and kinda evil business model. Step 1, you sign up for something free. Step 2, you completely forget about it. Step 3, bam, you're getting billed. Every single month. They are literally banking on you being forgetful.
Or how about this one? Bank fees. One of the sources we looked at put this so perfectly. That $15 a month account maintenance fee, it's not a service charge. It's a penalty. It's a fine for not paying close enough attention. And that small fee, that's $180 a year just stolen from your account.
Which of course brings us to the subscription graveyard. You know what I'm talking about. That $50 a month gym membership you use twice in January? All those dead apps on your phone, each one charging you $5, $10 a month. It's a graveyard of good intentions, and it all adds up to a huge monthly bill for stuff that gives you absolutely zero value.
And it's not just subscriptions. This whole category is full of penalties. Late fees, those insane overdraft fees where a $5 coffee suddenly becomes a $40 mistake. And oh man, that brutal 27% interest rate on the store credit card you only got to save 10% on a pair of jeans. It's a trap.
Okay, so we've covered the daily spending and the invisible costs. But if we really want to fix this, we have to go deeper. We have to get to the why. And that's Section 3, the mindset traps. This is all about the psychology behind why we buy the things we buy.
Here's a fantastic question you should ask yourself every time you're about to buy something with a brand name on it. Are you paying for a logo or are you paying for quality? So often you're just paying for their massive marketing budget. The generic version is sitting right next to it, does the exact same thing, and costs way, way less.
And how about this one, on lottery tickets? This is a bit blunt, but here it is. A tax on people who can't do probability. Oof. The odds are so mind-bogglingly small, it's basically zero. Spending $10 a week might feel like you're buying a dream, but what you're really buying is a $500 a year subscription to an almost guaranteed loss.
This one is huge. The whole social pressure game of keeping up with the Joneses, or, your friends. You see them going on these amazing vacations, out to fancy dinners, so you do it too. But here's the dangerous part. You don't see their reality. Their reality might be family money helping them out. Your reality? It's just a mountain of credit card debt.
Just look at the true cost of looking good. The vacation? The fun lasts for 7 days. The payments? 12 months. The wedding? The party is one single day. The payments can last for 3 years. A designer bag gives you one great look, and then you're paying it off for the next 6 months. The math, when you lay it out like this, it's just brutal.
And this is the kind of mindset that leads to some truly wild decisions, right? Like financing a burger with buy now, pay later, or buying a car purely for the image, when a perfectly reliable used one costs a fraction of the price. It's this whole pattern of choosing how you look today over how you'll live tomorrow.
All right, that brings us to our last section. And honestly, it's the most important one. Because after looking at all these daily drains and invisible costs and mindset traps, there is one final habit, the one that powers all the others.
And this is it, the big one. The quote here says it all. The habit isn't your income, it's you. After everything, it's not about how much you make. It's not about blaming the economy or your job. The single biggest habit that keeps people broke is not taking full ownership of their own choices. It comes down to you.
So I'm going to leave you with this question. We've talked about a lot of these leaks, the daily ones, the invisible ones, the ones in your head. Which one are you going to break first? Just pick one, because breaking just that one habit is the very first step to taking back control of your money. So what's it going to be?